address all of these Q2 updates that have been coming in from the BFSI space. We'll get to the expert in just a bit. Before that, let's look at the numbers. We have Abhishek joining in with the kind of Q2 previews we've seen so far, the key takeaways, and what's the big picture that these Q2 updates are throwing up. Abhishek.
The big picture that Q2 updates are throwing up: pressure on net interest margin and fight for deposits. Now, the fight for deposit is very, very high given the fact that overall deposit growth is on the lower side, but the bulk deposit is creeping up, and that's actually a worrisome factor in a high interest rate scenario, given that pressure on net interest margin will come in due to this. So, overall weak updates have come in from many of the lenders. The fight is on for deposits, as I mentioned earlier. They are coming in at a huge cost. Many of them are seeing their overall bulk deposit grow higher than the deposit growth itself. So that will come in at a cost, and that will put the pressure on net interest margin, because the best of interest rate with respect to net interest margin is behind, and you cannot grow your unsecured or high yielding retail portfolio as well because of RBI cautiousness that is there over there. So loan growth has remained tepid for many of them, as the focus has clearly shifted to credit deposit ratio. Now, we broke the story in December 2023 that credit deposit ratio would be lowered as guided by RBI to many lenders, and we are seeing that happening. So majority of them who have more than 85-90% kind of credit deposit ratio are facing the heat with respect to credit deposit ratio declining for them. CASA ratio continued its downward trajectory as expected, as people are shifting away to high interest rate bulk term deposits. So super numbers or strong numbers have come in from AU Small Finance Bank. The overall deposit growth is more than 12% on a sequential basis. Weakest loan growth is seen for J&K Bank, a mere 2.5% YOY growth and just 0.7% sequential growth. Even Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, the overall loan growth is a bit weakish over there, less than 1% on a quarter-on-quarter basis and about 14% on a YOY basis. Now, asset quality deterioration continues, especially for unsecured and the MFI players. They are seeing deterioration in their asset quality. Back to you.
Okay, all right, Abhishek, thanks very much. That's helpful to put it together, gives us a heads up on what the different issues are at play.